guys. Welcome to part 3 of chapter 10-5. So tangents continued. We're now looking at the theorem above example 4. It basically says that if you have two tangent segment means it's like part of the tangent line. So it usually goes from the point of tangency to some other point somewhere. So these two segments are tangent to the circle at these 2 points, A and C. And if they are tangent and they meet at this point out here, it means that these two segments must be the same length. It makes for really easy problems. What they'll do is they'll give you some numbers at the top with variables in it, some expressions at the bottom, and you just make them equal, solve, and you're done. So it's very, very simple to solve these. The only thing to be tricky with this is if sometimes they ask you to find out what x is, and sometimes they ask you to find the length of AB. So just be aware of what they're asking in the instructions, and that can help you decide if you've gotten the right answer or not. So let's do the example that they've already done. Oh, you know what? They've done it. You can read it. Let's do the example that's not done, like 4a. So it gives us 3x plus 8 centimeters. And then 26 centimeters. Mine's backwards from theirs, but it's the same concept. So thinking about what we just said, that these two segments have to be the same, what could I write? Good job. I could write an equation. So I'm going to write an equation. I'm going to pause, you write your equation, then we'll compare. Okay, I'm going to pause now. Okay, you ready to compare? There's my equation. Does it match yours? Fantastic. I hope so. And then we just solve for x. In this one, it says find the value of x, assume the segments appear to be tangent or tangent. So we're just going to find out what x is, and we already know the other side's 26, so we wouldn't solve for that side. Okay, pause, do your work, then unpause to see the answer. Okay, you ready to compare? Let's see. Subtract 8 from both sides, 3x equals 18. Divide by 3 on both sides, x equals 6. Bonus awesome points if you put centimeters because you're spectacular people and you know units are important. If they give us units, we need to give them units. If they don't give us units, well, then we don't care either. But if they tell us centimeters, we tell them centimeters right back. Okay, I feel like you don't need to see the next example. So then let's do the circumscribed polygons. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, so what this part is saying is that if the polygon, a shape with straight sides, is around the circle, like think of a shape. Let's start with a triangle. Triangles are nice and easy. Well, and it kind of looks like the Deathly Hallows. If we draw a circle inscribed in a triangle, the triangle circumscribed around the circle, it means that each of those sides of the triangle is a tangent line. So here's what you can kind of think from the previous theorem that we just did. I know that at each point of tangency, we've got a tangent segment here and here that meet at a point. It means that this little piece and this little piece are the same. Take a moment to think about that, what we just talked about. This tangent segment from this point to that meeting point and this tangent segment from here to here are the same as each other. Now, they're not necessarily the same as this one here. Because I drew an equilateral triangle, of course they are. So, but I couldn't resist the Deathly Hallows. So sorry, it's a poor example, but for my Harry Potter nerds, it's fun. So from here to there is another segment, and from here to there is its congruent segment. So we have 3 pairs of congruent segments in this triangle. Thinking about other shapes that you would have, like a quadrilateral, think about how many pairs you would have for that, and continue on. I can see that my time's going to run out soon before I can get to an example. So let me pause. Okay, so the guided practice number 5 from example 5, I'm going to do one that doesn't have the answers. I'm almost out of time, so I'll have to finish this up in the next video. So why don't I just stop this right now, and then we'll do the next video so you can do it from the whole piece. Okay, see you in a second.